Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Between the Ropes TV. I'm going to be giving you a bit of a preview today on the Lawrence Okolie card. It's a stacked card with a lot of English-British talent in big fights. And interestingly, this one comes on Sunday, the 27th of February, of course, this Sunday, which doesn't usually happen, does it? Let's be honest. They're usually on a Saturday, but of course, with other fights going on this weekend, you can maybe see why. Guys, before I jump into the preview and also my predictions, please do hit that like button, and also please do subscribe to Between the Ropes TV if you are new here. Right then, let's get straight into it, because Lawrence Okolie is, of course, back in action, defending his world cruiserweight title this Sunday. And a lot has been said about Okolie, hasn't it? I mean, his record at the moment is a perfect one. 17 fights, 14 in the way by knockout. And a lot has been spoken about whether this guy is going to eventually step up into the heavyweight division. And you could probably argue that that's more than likely to come. Standing in at obviously 6'5", he's definitely got the height to go and do it. And I think he's also, as you can see from his knockout percentage record, he's also got the power to do it as well. But he comes up against obviously an opponent which, I mean, let's be honest, I think Okolie's probably going to win this one, and I reckon by the way of knockout as well. But of course, Cieslak only has one defeat to his name, so it's not going to be an easy fight. But I do feel it's a main event that's set up for a nice start to 2022 for Lawrence Okolie. And I really do think maybe after this, there might be a couple more opponents within, obviously, the cruiserweight division. But by the end of 2022, I really do think maybe we could see him stepping up into the basically the heavyweight division. Of course, that is my prediction, though. But obviously, let me know if you guys disagree. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's definitely going to be an interesting one. Obviously, his opponent has 21 wins himself and only one loss, so it's not an easy opponent at all in the cruiserweight division. But I am going to give it Okolie. I do think he will just have too much, and he just looks too unstoppable within the cruiserweight division, to be honest. Obviously, let's move on to our next fight. And we come on to an Olympic hero, Yafai, who's coming in and in his pro debut, actually, obviously done a lot within the amateur scene. But after his Olympic success, of course, he won Olympic gold at the Olympics Games as a flyweight, and he's making his pro flyweight debut, coming up against an opponent that, you know, it's a pretty decent opponent to have at a debut. But if you do want to make it in the pro game, I really do feel that he'll be needing to get past him. It's a fight that I'm looking forward to. It'll be interesting to see what he does on the pro stage, to be honest. But I am predicting that he will get the win, and it'll be a nice start to his pro career. Of course, his opponent is obviously a bit more experienced within the pro game and has 10 wins to his name, but he does also have 3 losses and 1 draw. So it's a nice opponent to get going, doesn't it? It's a nice opponent to kind of see how he's going to get on within the pro game. But if he does want to obviously be successful, you'd be tipping him to win this one, and I'm going to do the exact same, to be honest. We move on to a opponent that, if the there we go. I'm there. Anthony Fowler coming up next. And of course, he will be looking to obviously avenge. Well, not avenge, but he'll be looking to get over his loss to Liam Smith, which obviously came in the second part of last year. He'll be still probably very disappointed about that loss, but it was a quite convincing loss, to be honest. In this one, he comes up against an opponent which, in my opinion, is kind of set up for Anthony Fowler to get his confidence back and set him on a successful route start to 2022. Of course, his opponent has had 27 wins, 5 of those coming by way knockout, and he does have 3 losses and a draw as well. Anthony Fowler obviously having the 2 losses to his name, but one of them, of course, coming from Liam Smith. I'm going to pick a Fowler win here, and I think he might even do it by way of knockout. I feel this is a way for Matchroom and DAZN to kind of set him up, get his name back out with a successful victory, and hopefully, you know, kind of reinvent his career and go again after that big loss, really, to Liam Smith. we come on then to Campbell Hatton, who is back in action. There's a lot of debate, isn't there, around Campbell Hatton at the moment, to be honest. I mean, me personally, he's won 5, one of those by knockout. But to be honest, I feel like he should already have a loss to his name. The controversial win that he got against Sonny Martinez, I really do feel that that was a clear points victory for Martinez, but was given in Campbell Hatton's favour. After that, Matchroom kind of took him out of the limelight a bit. And I thought they might have continued with that. I really do. They sent him out to Bilbao in Spain, where he got a win, another victory. And I thought they might have just kept him out a bit of the limelight because, there's a lot of pressure on him, obviously being known for the Hatton name. And I do think that maybe he's getting thrown into these big Matchroom cards a bit too soon in his career. At the moment, from what I've seen, I've not been massively convinced. Look, he's on a Matchroom card. It's in England. He'll probably get the victory and it'll probably be in the way of points again. It's one of those. I haven't been massively impressed with him so far, but I do realise that he is at the start of his career and there is a lot of debate about what he should be doing and if we're judging him perhaps a bit too early. I think it would have been a smart decision maybe to keep him out of the limelight a bit more, going abroad and getting those fights. But Matchroom felt it's time to throw him back in, and that's exactly what we'll be seeing on Sunday. Now coming on to Fabio Wardley, who's back in action once again. A great heavyweight contest. This is going to be a 10 round, 10 by 3 minute heavyweight contest. Probably his greatest victory so far, or maybe the most well-known opponent that he's beat so far is a KO victory over Eric Molina. There's a lot of hype around him. He's coming against a very, I suppose a very average opponent. Yes, the guy has won 20 fights, but he's also lost 9 of them. It's a real mixed bag. I do think, again, this is another fight just to start the year well, get him on a victory, and I'm sure he'll be looking to press on and do better things within 2022. Obviously, you're looking at this fight at the moment. 27 years old now, 12 fights, 11 of those coming by way of knockout, those wins. And I'm sure he'll be wanting to maybe go in with slightly more well-known opponents. The one thing you could say about his opponent now is looking at the 20 of his wins, 17 of those have come by way of knockout. So there's definitely a bit of danger there, but I'm not really predicting anything else than a Fabio Wardley win, to be honest with you. And then the last fight we're going to cover is the Gill fight. This is one of those where it's a European flyweight title fight. A lot of debate around Jordan Gill, whether he's going to make it at a world level. It's a bit of a mixed bag, isn't it? He got the draw to Castillo last time out. You do wonder if he's going to perhaps be stuck at this European level in terms of will he ever go up to challenge for the more formidable title shots in terms of a world level. But at the moment, I quite like him. I've been impressed with what I've seen. 26 big wins, but I'm sure he'll be looking to push on in 2022 to a world level and maybe even a world title shot if that's possible. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your predictions for this fight card. And as I said at the start of the video, please do hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel as well. And hopefully I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.